kind of bipartisanship we saw with Chris Christie this last week after the hurricane. I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer. The FEMA came in, helped New Jersey. It's his job to advocate for New Jersey. We thanked who was responsible, but that also can be seen as sort of a canny move to pitch himself as a...
My name is Sid Plotkin. I'm professor of political science at Vassar College.
My name is Leonard Nevarez. I'm a professor in the sociology department.
It's hard to fault the Obama campaign given the remarkable success that it had, winning virtually every battleground state.
I have to say I was also surprised because I've been following the level of corporate contributions through PACs and 527s and other super money groups to Republican candidates. And most of the candidates that they supported did not appear to win.
I think their primary mistake was continuing to adhere to an essentially white majority Republican political strategy. Because ever since 1968, Republicans have run their campaigns on the assumption that by appealing to a majority of whites, they can win the presidency.
Bill O'Reilly on Fox News apparently bemoaned the fate of the white majority in the U.S. electorate. He thought this was a bellwether, that they're on decline. And there's a lot of sort of creepy racial resentment in those kinds of tones.
President Obama won 39% of the white vote. He won 70% of the Latino vote, 90% of the black vote, a substantial percentage of the Asian vote. He won a substantial percentage of the women's vote, particularly single women. When you put together a coalition of those various subgroups, you've got more than enough to win the presidency. The Obama people understand the new demographic reality.
In places like Arizona, people, I understand they reelected the sheriff who had a very vigilante kind of policing towards suspected illegal immigrants, and so there's still an electorate for that kind of thing, but it doesn't seem to be a viable long-term strategy as, for instance, the Latino population grows.
Sooner rather than later, there are going to be remarkable opportunities in the Republican Party for people of color, for Latinos, African Americans, and women to move very, very rapidly ahead in the Republican Party, because that party is desperately in need of being able to show something other than a white male face.
It doesn't look promising that we have exactly the same kind of political landscape that we had for the last election.
In terms of energy, in terms of infrastructure, and in terms of and in terms of education, those issues were, I think it's fair to say, virtually systematically ignored during the debates. And I think they were ignored for a simple reason. The simple reason is that there are too many vested interests tied up in the way we're doing things now that neither of the two major political parties is particularly interested in challenging the status quo.
Certainly what's going to happen is healthcare is going to become active. We can hope that the economy will recover. Generally, about this length of time, the recession starts to go away.
I think the student reaction was one of interest, animation, participation. A number of students were very active both in the presidential campaign as well as local congressional and state campaigns in other states. So in all of those respects, it's been a very exciting few months.